So we are boarding now, um, going back to Saipan. So goodbye, Tinian. Is there quick lunch? Koreans. Where did I? Yeah, sure. Thank you.
And if you like, you can put your bag back here.
Yeah.
Belts on, seat backs up. There's life vest. An emergency car, that seat back pocket. Two emergency exits. One door there, one door there. White. Sorry, fire extinguisher.
That's our
In between these two front seats.
pilot sack.
Well, once I get this, you guys
Yeah, because it's still open. Sorry? Full bars.
They just spoke him. There was that look.
Go. Gobbled it up.
That's why it was nudging the same. I could see that.
Yeah.
And then it was a really look.
Yep. Not much to see.
And he got some trouble. little airplane with a blue and that.
Yeah.
Our first little airplane was like that size. But a year later, that's before 1974.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Thanks, sir.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thank you. That's our aircraft there. How is the flight?
Ah, all right. It has to be fun. $20, $30. Bloody, yeah. Well, there you are. We were taxiing at 13 us now. 27. It's 14 minutes from start to stop.
Tinian to Saipan. Okay. So, ding ding!
All right, viewers. We've just spent the day wandering around Saipan in our rent-a-car. We did Tinian 2 days ago. Yesterday we had a day off, relaxing, resting, recovering. And today we rented a car and we've driven right up the eastern side, pretty well, of Saipan, crossed over to the western side at the top because that's the only way you can go, and drove right up to the top to the Bonsai Cliffs, Suicide Cliffs. There's Bird Island up there and the last command post, things like that, the Korean Memorial. And now we're coming down the western side and down back, and we're into Garapan now, which is where we stayed the first couple of nights we were here, which is the top end of town, really. The more concentrated and busy, like a CBD. But the government of the island is actually right up the top end of the island in a very sparse location, spread all over the place. But anyway, let me take a seat and out of this sun. And because we were here a few days ago, and we were walking around the streets here, and our taxi driver pointed out this memorial here, a museum type thing. And so we thought we'd drop in here and have a quick whiz through. We were hoping to see the movie in there, but today the movie's not showing due to maintenance or something, typical, because we leave back to Manila tomorrow. Anyway, we were able to go through the static display in there and get a good look at everything there. Now we've completed that. We're out in the open. We'll just keep driving around Garapan now and down towards the south, towards the airport where our hotel is located. Fill up the car, have more food to eat and drink, and call it a day and rest up for tomorrow. So there you have it.
So what's the good about Tinian?
Well, Tinian, the good thing was it was very interesting, and that the bad thing was there's so little information available from the local people about doing a tour where you can get a rent-a-car. We just had to play it by ear, and it's a cost a fortune to do everything. So, yeah, it costs us over $500 Oz to fly over and back, just the two of us, on a regular commuter flight in a Cherokee 6. Found a rent-a-car at the airport. All right, it cost us about $100. That's fine. But, at the end of the day, I think we were better off doing what we did, just go exploring, because we had a rudimentary map. It's just that a lot of the tracks indicated on the map were overgrown and you couldn't access them. But because I'd done a lot of research prior, I had a good overview of where everything was. It was just a matter of finding the right roads and tracks that took you there. Even the rental car guy told us, "Oh, don't go on that road, it's too rough," and that, but he didn't give us much information about where you could go. But in the end, we had quite a productive day. There were probably a couple of items we missed seeing, mainly because we were concentrating too much on finding the right roads rather than sitting back and researching and finding that. But we found most things. We found the bomb pits. We did a couple of runs, high-speed runs, only 80 kilometres an hour, along the two runways, Abel, which was the northernmost, but Baker, which is the second one, is in far better condition, and the wheel marks on there indicate that there's been fairly recent heavy aircraft activity on there, I think in military exercise I read or heard somewhere. And they're in pretty good nick. And not only that, they are doing what they call rehabilitation or something. They've got a lot of equipment over there, and they're recovering and cleaning up a lot of the other runways. There's big areas they've cleaned up. Can't see from the ground, but from the air when you fly out, you can see hundreds and hundreds of metres long and full width of the runway has been cleaned. We did come across a few construction crews. Mind you, it was a weekend, so they weren't working. But the machinery and that was all there. So, and I had heard that by the end of the year, a lot of it may be off limits because they're rebuilding or the base or building some sort of a base to permanently man or put aircraft here. There is a camp over there, Camp Tinian. We didn't take too many photos just of the Camp Tinian sign, but there's some sort of infrastructure there. Plus there's about, I don't know, 10 or 12 big, tall radio-type towers. I have no idea what they are. They've got strobes on the top. Very tall steel-structured masts. And I see there's about 3 or 4 on Saipan on this side now. It's only 6 miles or so between the islands. So between those towers will probably be, 10 mile, maybe 20 kilometres, something like that. I don't know what their purpose was, but I think that camp was located at the base of those towers. So some sort of military infrastructure there, I would suggest. But that's about it. It's been really enjoyable. It's been quite hot here, but like Cairns really. But but walking around out in the sun is for fools. That's why we were doing it. But that's anyway. But no, it's very good. I doubt there will come again, but if we came again, we'd be really clued up and know what to do, when and where to stay, hotel-wise, rental car availability, and don't waste so much time here. We wasted 6 nights. I reckon 3 to 4 nights you could cover both islands really well. It's very expensive here. Overpriced rather than expensive because there's no real value for money. But it's just the cost of the remoteness of this place. Fuel on Tinian is about $3 a litre. Over here it's a little less, over $2, which is not too much worse than Australia, but the $3 is a fair slug. The basic rent a cars cost us about $100 a day, plus fuel. But otherwise, very enjoyable, good time. And very poor signage. You really have to know where you're going in advance to have a clue where you're going, because the signs, you have to look behind you. The signs, you come up to a sign, what's that say? You have to get around the front and say, it says such and such that way, such and such that way. And the other thing we found today on Saipan, speed traps, the speed humps. Some of them are painted, very faded, in the bright light, can't see them, no signage. You're going, the speed limits here, fortunately, are very low. 35 miles per hour, max, outside the road. 25 around town, and a lot of places 15 miles per hour. So it's very slow. So when you hit these speed bumps, it's not too much of a drama, but it's a surprise because they're just almost invisible. That's about enough for me. As I say, we've just been into the museum here. It's quite informative. Could have spent more time, but I'm knackered. So here it is. Time to go. Ciao for now. Thank you. Oh.